Tell me honestly, do you ever experience unexplained fatigue, heaviness after eating, or just a feeling that something isn't right, even if you diligently take vitamins or health supplements? Often, we just sigh and blame it on age, right? But the reason might be much closer, perhaps in that very bottle of beneficial pills on your shelf. The thing is, over the years, our liver, our tireless filter, works a bit differently, and some supplements that seemed harmless before might become a real challenge for it after 60-65, quietly wearing down its resources and preventing you from feeling energetic. Imagine asking an old friend to carry more and more weight. Sooner or later, they'll get tired. Today, we'll break down which healthy habits might actually be harming your liver, and I promise, understanding this and making simple changes can help you regain lightness, energy, and well-being. And importantly, all the advice will be clear and accessible to everyone. Let's take care of your liver together. It deserves it. Be sure to watch this video until the end. It's truly important for your health. The first thing I want to draw your attention to are the popular multivitamin complexes for seniors or for energy that promise everything at once. Sounds tempting, right? One pill, and seemingly all needs are covered. But let's think. Do you really need everything in the doses mixed in there? High doses of fat-soluble vitamins, like vitamin A, and minerals, like iron, can be particularly dangerous if you don't have a deficiency confirmed by tests. The liver has to process all this and store the surplus somewhere. Imagine a small closet where you constantly try to stuff new things, even if the old ones haven't been used. Sooner or later, the doors won't close, and it will be a mess inside. It's like that with the liver, which gets overloaded with unnecessary work. I remember the story of Margaret. She was 72. She was sure she was doing everything right. Every morning, a large pill of an expensive 50-plus multivitamin complex. She'd say, "Doctor, I'm taking care of myself." Vitamins are essential, my mother taught me that. But at the same time, Margaret complained of constant fatigue, a kind of foggy head and poor appetite. She attributed it to age, the weather, anything. Deep down, she felt a bit resentful. So much effort, yet so little result. When we did the tests, it turned out she didn't have a deficiency in most vitamins from the complex, but her iron, ferritin, and vitamin A levels were at the upper limit of normal, or even higher. It was hard for her to accept that her healthy habit was actually overloading her. But how can that be? Everyone says vitamins are necessary. She doubted. We decided to replace her complex with targeted intake of only what she truly lacked, according to tests, which were vitamin D and B12. And we added a focus on colorful fruits and vegetables in her diet, natural sources of vitamins. What happened? Just a month later, Margaret came for her appointment a completely different person. "You know," she said with surprise, "the fog in my head has lifted, and I seem to have more energy. I've even started taking longer walks in the park again." Her liver, freed from processing unnecessary surpluses, could breathe easier. It's like taking off a heavy backpack you were carrying with the best intentions, but which you didn't need at all. Energy was no longer wasted on disposing of the excess and went towards living. Digestion improved, appetite returned. Therefore, my advice to you is, instead of buying a complex just in case, talk to your doctor and get tested. Perhaps you only need one or two specific elements, or it's better to focus on a varied diet. Remember, more doesn't mean better, especially for the liver. Listen to your body. But it's not just synthetic vitamins that can hide a hidden burden. Sometimes we seek salvation in nature's gifts, in herbs, considering them completely safe. Oh, the hopes we place on them. It's just herbs, nature. What harm could there be? We think. And we buy blends for liver cleansing, capsules for joint support, or sedatives based on exotic herbs. But here lies a great danger. Firstly, the dietary supplement market is often poorly regulated. We don't always know the exact composition, dosage of active substances, or purity of the raw materials. Secondly, some herbs, even well-known and popular ones, can be hepatotoxic, harmful to the liver, especially with long-term use, in high doses, or in combination with medications you're already taking. For example, senna and buckthorn in cleansing teas can burden the liver with frequent use. Some types of valerian or St. John's wort can interact with medications. And what about exotic herbs with little reliable information? It's like walking through a minefield, trusting only attractive packaging or promises. Let's recall Arthur, 68 years old. He always tried to stay in shape, read a lot about health online. He came across an ad for a miracle cure based on some rare Asian herbs for liver detox and rejuvenation. He bought a large course right away. Initially, he didn't feel anything, but after a couple of weeks, nausea, heaviness in his right side, and general weakness appeared. He didn't tell anyone, embarrassed to admit he bought something unverified, swayed by advertising. He felt awkward in front of his wife, who always advised caution with internet remedies. He continued taking the capsules, hoping it's just the body adjusting. But it only got worse. Eventually, he went to the doctor. Tests showed elevated liver enzymes. When he stopped taking the supplement, the symptoms gradually disappeared. What did we do? We replaced the questionable exotic remedy with proven and safe things for supporting well-being. Instead of detox, plenty of clean water throughout the day, and an emphasis on fiber-rich foods, vegetables, whole grains, which aid natural cleansing through the intestines. For calm and good sleep, a cup of chamomile tea at night, or a warm bath with lavender. Arthur's liver was like a delicate musical instrument someone tried to tune with a sledgehammer. When we removed the aggressive impact and allowed it to work at its own rhythm, it quickly returned to normal. Therefore, be very careful with herbal supplements. Natural is not synonymous with safe. Always consult your doctor before taking anything long-term. The best support for the liver isn't drinking dubious cleanses, but avoiding things that burden it and drinking enough water. However, danger can lurk not only in exotic blends, but also in our home medicine cabinet, in familiar pain relievers. Let's talk about a habit many people have. A slight backache, a twinge in the knee, a headache starts. The hand automatically reaches for a painkiller tablet. This is especially common with drugs based on paracetamol, acetaminophen. It's considered relatively safe, found in almost every medicine cabinet, but the key word here is relatively. Yes, it helps well with pain and fever, but if taken regularly, day after day, even within recommended doses, or slightly exceeding the dosage, or combining it with other medications or alcohol, even a little, it can be a serious blow to the liver. The liver is responsible for metabolizing paracetamol, and with excess or frequent intake, it simply can't cope, leading to the accumulation of toxic breakdown products. This is one of the most common causes of drug-induced liver injury worldwide. Think about that. Eleanor, 75, suffered from arthritis in her knees. The pain wasn't constant, but she was so afraid of it returning that she took 2 paracetamol tablets every morning as a preventive measure. This way, I feel more confident. I can go shopping without worrying it will suddenly flare up, she explained. Yet, she complained of constant fatigue, poor appetite, sometimes even mild nausea. She thought it was from the arthritis or just old age. It never occurred to her to connect this with her daily harmless pills. Internally, she felt something was wrong, a kind of heaviness inside. But breaking the habit was scary. The fear of pain was stronger. We suggested she try a different approach, a pain reliever, only when really necessary. And for prevention and relief, regular gentle exercises for the joints, warm compresses, and using topical pain-relieving gels. At first, Eleanor was very anxious, but gradually, she noticed her joints became more flexible and the pain didn't return as often. And most importantly, the constant fatigue and nausea disappeared. She felt as if she had woken up. I had no idea those pills were affecting me like that, she marveled. Her liver, freed from the daily chemical load, was able to recover. It's like stopping constantly overfilling the engine with oil. The motor starts running smoother. If you take painkillers regularly just in case, please reconsider this habit. Talk to your doctor about safe alternatives. Your liver will thank you. Speaking of self-medication and the desire to improve one's condition without consulting a doctor, we must mention another popular helper that can harm the liver if used incorrectly. We're talking about niacin, or vitamin B3. Some people, having read about its benefits for lowering cholesterol, start taking it on their own in very large doses, significantly exceeding the daily requirement. Yes, niacin, in certain forms and under medical supervision, is sometimes used for lipid profile correction, but these are therapeutic doses that require medical monitoring. Self-administering high doses of niacin, especially slow-release forms, can be toxic to the liver. This may manifest not only as the unpleasant flush of heat and skin redness, but also nausea, abdominal pain, and, in serious cases, liver cell damage. David, around 70, was very worried about his cholesterol level. He was wary of taking statins prescribed by his doctor. Online, he found information that niacin was a natural alternative. He bought a high-dose supplement and started taking it daily. Initially, only the flushes bothered him, but he endured them. However, after some time, he started feeling worse. Constant fatigue, discomfort in the upper right abdomen. He felt awkward admitting to his doctor that he was self-medicating. At his next checkup, blood tests showed significantly elevated liver enzymes. When David mentioned taking niacin, everything fell into place. What did we do? Of course, we discontinued the niacin. Then, we discussed cholesterol control options with David again, found the lowest effective dose of a statin, and emphasized diet. His liver was like a field after a drought that had received too strong, concentrated a hit of fertilizer. It needed time to recover. A couple of months later, David's tests returned to normal, his cholesterol decreased, and he felt calmer under his doctor's supervision. Therefore, please never prescribe high doses of vitamins for yourself to treat any condition. Work together with your doctor. Don't risk your liver health based on unverified information. By the way, speaking of beneficial substances in high concentrations, a similar story can happen with another well-known antioxidant that many of us enjoy as a beverage, green tea. It's a wonderful drink. A cup or two of aromatic green tea a day is indeed a healthy habit. But the problem arises when people start taking concentrated green tea extracts in capsules or tablets, often in large doses, hoping to get a superdose of benefits, for example, for weight loss. It turns out that high concentrations of certain substances in green tea, catechins, in these extracts can be toxic to the liver in some individuals. Cases of serious liver damage linked specifically to taking such concentrated supplements have been reported. Susan, 66, always watched her figure. She read that green tea extract helps speed up metabolism. She bought a highly concentrated supplement and started taking several capsules a day. The weight wasn't coming off, but she stubbornly continued. After a month, she noticed her skin and the whites of her eyes had taken on a yellowish tint. Severe weakness appeared. Appetite vanished. She was very frightened. The diagnosis: drug-induced hepatitis caused by the green tea extract. She even had to be hospitalized briefly. Fortunately, after stopping the supplement, her liver recovered. But this experience became a lesson. Now, Susan still loves green tea, but drinks it as a beverage, 1 or 2 cups a day. She understood the difference between the whole product and its super-concentrated double. It's like comparing a walk in fresh air to being in a hyperbaric chamber. The effects are different. The liver can handle a cup of tea, but an avalanche of concentrate can damage it. Enjoy green tea as a beverage. Be very cautious with concentrated extracts. There's no magic pill for weight loss. Better, a balanced diet and exercise. It's safer for your liver. And finally, let's debunk another popular myth related to the desire to help your liver, which can actually harm it. I'm talking about popular detox programs, liver cleanses, special teas, and kits that promise to rid your body of sludge and toxins. Sounds very appealing, doesn't it? Who wouldn't want to cleanse? But the truth is that our liver, along with kidneys, intestines, lungs, and skin, is our natural, incredibly effective detoxification system. It works 24/7. And the best way to help it is not to interfere and to provide it with everything it needs, rather than attempting a spring cleaning with dubious means. Many detox teas contain strong laxatives or diuretics, which can lead to dehydration and electrolyte imbalance, creating additional strain. And the composition of many detox kits is often unknown. George, 71, felt a bit sluggish and decided to perk himself up by buying a trendy 7-day liver detox course. It consisted of some powders and tea. He expected a surge of energy. What he got was weakness, thirst, abdominal cramps, and disappointment. What nonsense, he complained later. Just wasted money and felt worse. He was embarrassed that he fell for the promises of instant cleansing. His liver didn't need this shakeup. It's like trying to fix a watch by shaking it vigorously. You'll likely break it. What did we advise George? Forget about cleanses and focus on simple things. Drink enough clean water, eat more fiber-rich foods, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, get adequate sleep, and avoid things that burden the liver: alcohol, fatty foods, unnecessary medications. When George switched to these simple rules, he noticed his energy returned, smoothly and steadily. Don't fall for detox program ads. Your body is smarter. Your job is to create favorable conditions for it. Drink water, eat vegetables, sleep, move. That's the best and safest cleanse. So, these seemingly harmless things, multivitamins just in case, trendy herbs, painkillers for prevention, attempts to cleanse what works perfectly well, can subtly undermine our liver health, especially at our wise age. But now you know about it. Knowledge is power, isn't it? You've lived a long, full life, gained invaluable experience. You deserve to feel good, energetic, and enjoy every day. And this is quite achievable if you treat your body with respect and attention, listening to its signals. Don't be afraid to change your habits, even if they seem insignificant. Small steps, taken with self-love, lead to big, positive changes. Take care of your liver, and it will surely reward you with well-being and energy. Believe in your strength and the wisdom of your body. You can feel better. You deserve it.